So this is basically like you know how Blink-182 does, like, you can pay them like $3,000 or something and watch them do a sound check.
I didn't know that, like, but a lot of bands do that. Yeah.
Yeah, or like they do like meet and greets. And have you ever watched the show Chasing Cameron about vloggers on Netflix?
I have not. It would amaze you to know that I haven't, but it would not amaze me to know that you have.
It's actually a very compelling show.
Is it?
For many reasons. Because
Okay.
it's like, it is actually a little, it almost gets to the point of being like some kind of monster where like everyone is so clueless about how insanely stupid they seem that it gets to that level kind of, but about vlogging.
Right, I can see where you're going with this, I think.
Well, what I was going to say is they do these meet and greets that Blink-182 also do where like teens pay them so much fucking money just to like stand with them for a second. And the one vlogger who's like basically the villain in the show, but he also is like the only one who sometimes seems to have a soul. He eventually quits because he feels like it's way too unethical to like take $500 from a 13-year-old girl for 3 seconds of their time. And I always think about that whenever Blink-182 posts photos of themselves with like 300 fans that have paid them so much money just to stand in their presence for a matter of seconds. Is it unethical? Is this unethical, what we're about to do right now?
Well, yeah, so there's a few things in there that I want to pull out. One, you made a comment earlier about just sort of clueless people not realizing the vacuousness of their life or something to that effect about these Vine stars, and I was like, oh, that's relatable. And and then also, yeah, charging people for something that, you know, not that it should be free, but that has no inherent value. So you playing me 37 Not Now covers certainly falls into that category. But I think that, you know, look, I work in the music industry, but for a long time I didn't. This is a fairly recent transition to the dark side for me, and that's an industry that has been decimated for many reasons. The most simple of which is like Napster, and you know, it goes so much deeper than that. And I do think that bands need to find new ways of making money. Like a band like Blink is not making what they made in the 90s anymore when they go out on tour. Now, it's partially a function of just like not being as popular as they were in the 90s, but even popular artists are not kind of touching the highs.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, we really should be saving this for a real episode, not for the 3 people who are dumb enough to give us money. But
No, I'll put this in a teaser for people to hope that...
Okay, good.